How's it going, everybody? This is Naz, aka the Pup. Hope everybody had a good Friday, good profitable week. On this video, we're going to talk about the Snapchat trade that we took today. I'm going to go through all of our pertinent time frames, and let's just dive in. So we're looking at the weekly chart for Snapchat, ticker SNNAP. And it looks like we've got a bit of a inverse head and shoulders going on here. It's not the cleanest one, but you could see left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. We have a bit of a neckline right here. And you could see that price came right to the neckline today, right at 1894. And we're going to take a closer look at what's going on with price on the lower time frames. But I thought, let's start macro, let's start big picture, take a look at what's going on, and we'll start diving deeper. So let's do that. So let's go down to our daily chart. And on a daily chart, I have some support and resistance lines mapped out. So you could see we stopped right here at this $19 level. You could see previously we had some resistance over here. So this is our next area of interest after we broke out of this 1823 level. You could see 1823 was a bit of resistance all these times here. Support did not hold after we broke out. Resistance, and we had that breakout today. Okay, so let's take a close look. Why did we take this trade? So when we first had our breakout over here on June 6th, we had a previous resistance over here around 1280. We broke out and we ran and tested this 1823 level. It was resistance, turned out to be resistance. We sold off to 1457, and then we retested this 1823 level again, and we sold off. So usually when that happens, it means that this is a strong resistance level. And so price is going to try and discover a new low. So we break through this 1464 level, or 1461 level, and now we test this 1278 level. We find support. So price then continues to move back up, and we retest this $15.45 level. We sell off, but then we come back, we retest it, and then we are off again. So what do? We're going to retest that 1823 level. And this time we gap up and break out, but we come back and we go in for our retest. Now usually with strong resistance, when we have a breakout, you generally will see a retest. So you see we had a retest here, and then the retest, let's zoom in a little more so we can see it better. So we had a breakout, gap up breakout, we retested, pulled back up, and then quickly came back down, retested 2 days. That third day came back up, but then we gapped down the following day, a really ugly candle, and came back up, and then we sold off. So we're going to sell off to the next support level, which was this 1272 level. Remember over here it held? Well, over here it didn't, and then we fell and discovered a new low, 795. So when you discover the new low, it's going to try and retest that previous resistance or previous support term resistance. We can't break through. We dump down a little bit. We come back. We break out. We retest. I feel like this is a broken record, right? And then we have, again, another big gap up candle. And so on this candle here, this is what really caught my attention. It was a really strong candle. We can take a look at volume, and you could see all the volume that came into this candle. So that kind of piqued my interest, and that's what put Snap back on my radar. And once I did that, I just set an alert for 1823. And what's great about the TrendSpider system, which is what I'm using here, you right click on your support and resistance line, you create alert, and you can do breakthrough, touch, bounce, and you see how it glows around. That's the sensitivity. So if you move the sensitivity up all to its high, it'll capture price in the shaded area and alert you once it closes on that candle. Now the confirmation candle automatically is set to the time frame that you're on, but I'm going to move this down to the 10 minutes. So what that means is on the 10 minute, it would alert me when it hits this shaded region. So if we're coming up and with like this candle here we just touched, I get an alert text message to me that says, you know, snap, ready to break out. And it's that simple. I'm not going to create the alert, but just to illustrate what you could do, you can have that alert last for 30 days. It could trigger 20 times, and then you create the alert, and then the alerts come over through the system and also to text message. So these are just some alerts that I got today. Okay. Sorry for the little segue, but I thought that was a good teachable moment. Okay, so where are we now? So we retested, and once we saw this volume on this candle, it got me back on the radar, and I knew we were going to retest this 1823 level. Okay, we sure enough did. We sold off a little bit, retested, sold off a little less, retested, and this is when I knew. I had my alert set for 1850, knowing that 19 was the next logical resistance, and 1823 was the logical area that we needed to break through. I found a level in between around 850, which was this candle back here, and set my alert there. So I was alerted to it this morning because we were approaching this 1823 level. So I just watched it. And as soon as it passed 1850, I saw how price reacted, and we could take a look at the lower time frames to get a better understanding. So I'm going to turn on my 8 and 21 EMAs here. And so we had that crossover on the 28th. And then for this morning, we had this big candle, and then we formed a bit of a flag here. Let's see that. We could zoom in. I could draw it out for you. And what happens with bull flags? Well, we usually break out. And so we hit this $19 level, which was logical. I mean, we already had run a decent amount today. We're not gonna, keep going. So we're gonna hit the next logical resistance level, and we sold off. And so we closed at 1887, which is over our 1850 level. So I'm a little bit more aggressive in my trading. I bought the breakout. If you wanted to be a little more cautious, you can buy the retest or buy the close. And so if you bought the breakout here, so this is our breakout level and trade entry at 1850, you bought the breakout, you could buy this retest if it holds, right? And it did. I actually bought the breakout, waited for the retest, and added here. So that's another way you can play this. And then we just continued. We, like most of the stocks today, we consolidated for most of the afternoon because of the White House news on the tariff issue and the China situation. So we were okay, holding. As long as we held over 1850 and we didn't dip below, I was totally fine with holding. And then once the news conference ended, price started to act normal again. And you could see we kind of broke out of this little range right here, right above this 1887 level. We shot up really quick to 1901, and then we sold off. But I'm okay with this. I mean, I thought it was a really strong day. I thought price acted pretty bullish, considering. And look at the, we had a high volume sell candle here, but, we're going into the weekend, so that doesn't concern me too much. Let's go back to the 65-minute chart, and let's take a look at the rainbow chart for this. I just want to see what was going on with price there. So the raindrop candle here. Yeah, so we have a lot of our volume was at the last portion of the session at the top. So this is a bullish candle, and we can look at, I want to take a look at the daily breakout candle and see what that looks like. But, you know, we have a flag breakout with our volume holding towards the top. It's bullish. I mean, I think we can go into Monday bullish, you know, short any bad news about the general market, but I think we can remain bullish on that. And yeah, so we're on the daily chart here now, and looking at our raindrop chart, and sure enough, look at what we have. We have a nice balloon raindrop. So that's why I took this trade. I explained to you what I was looking for, why it got on my watch list and on my radar, how I set my alerts using the TrendSpider system, and how we executed the trade. And I always stress to our guys, you know, you have to plan your trade and trade your plan. If you find that discipline, you will be successful as a trader. All right. Have a great weekend. I'll be back with another video doing my weekly overview for the next week. And I hope you guys have an enjoyable Friday. It's beautiful over here. I hope it's beautiful where you are. Have a good evening.